Right, I'm here at my usual field, which has become pretty overgrown since I was last here. And although I'm not doing reviews anymore, I thought I'd just quickly discuss a few things that I've been playing around with. The first is this guy, which is a custom Pavo 30. And this isn't a frame that I'd really recommend to anybody. It's flimsy, very cramped, but the reason I've made this is because this is a 3-inch cine whoop, which with its 3D print and props on and all the other jazz weighs 147 grams, which is about half the weight of a usual 3-inch cine whoop. And that kind of got me thinking that instead of using the normal batteries, I might be able to get away with using the Li-ion batteries that I made for my long range quad. These ones, which are 2,600 milliamp hour. So because this guy is so light, what I'm doing today is basically just seeing what sort of flight time I can get with these batteries, and see if it's worthwhile running it. This particular one is using the Diatone F7 all-in-one with the detachable USB, and the reason why it's got the detachable USB is simply because I can mount it clear from the frame and get easy access to it. And I've made additional 3D prints for it in Tinkercad. I'm no 3D designer, but I don't like the bolt-on GoPro mounts, so I've just made my own mounts, which just basically sits inside. So I've just basically made my own little slip-on mounts, which is less faff for me than constantly unscrewing a bolt-on mount. And as you can see, the little mount that I've designed holds the capacitor, which in this case I think is a 1000 UF 25 volt capacitor. And if you're using these little AIO boards with a fairly hefty set of motors, the T motors on here are 3900 kV 1507s. You want a decent sized cap, and there just isn't room in this little guy to make it. So this is sort of an ongoing work in progress. It's not finished yet, but by just having the USB port outside of the quad and getting the capacitor out, because there's nowhere inside to put it, just makes life a little bit simpler. So I'm going to test this and see what sort of flight time I get on it. I test flew it yesterday without the Hero, and it actually flew really nicely. The issue that I'd been having with it is I was getting really rough sounding idle, almost like my idle speed was too low. So what I've done is I've flashed it with BL Heli M to get RPM filters, and that seems to have smoothed it out a little bit. And yesterday when I flew it without the Hero, it flew really softly, really gently. I've capped it at 75% throttle, so I'm pretty excited about the capabilities of this little guy, because it's absolutely tiny for a 3-inch cine whoop, and I'd much rather just throw this in my bag than a big, a big heavy Diatone Taycan or a Squirt, etc. The other thing that I've built is this, which is a Project 399 Steez, and again this one's been customized because I don't like the GoPro bolt-on mounts, as I just said, so I've added a Hero 9 mount to the canopy, and at the back, I don't know if you can see it, back of the canopy, because there's no room inside, I've just put a little buzzer mount for the new mini buzzer via iflight. And as always with me, this is running the fettec stuff, so I've got a fettec 45 amp ESC, a fettec flight controller, or a KISS flight controller, whatever you fancy. And at the front, tucked up beneath the camera, is a capacitor and spike absorber. And this is running the rcinpower GTS2 227.5 motors, which are the same ones, the same exact motors that I reviewed God, don't know how long ago it is, over a year ago, which is still going strong. So I'm going to fly this guy and see what the score is, and I'm using the ethix candy cane props, which I've just got in. This guy can be summed up as a tiny little body with gigantically big 6mm arms. You can easily fit 6-inch props on this, but it's actually designed for 5-inch, and I think the ethix are 5.1 or 5.2, can't remember. But anyway, let's see how it goes.